All right, folks, 1v1 Arabia here, and we've got some classic civilizations. It's kind of interesting. I saw a game last night. I don't even remember who I was watching, but listen, I work all day. I focus on Age all day, and then when my work is done, I then pull up and watch other people play Age of Empires. That's me. And I saw Persians Huns, and we have an emote on Twitch. It's Craigasm, and, the guy's loving life. And that's what I said. I just said Persians, Huns, Craigasm, because it takes me back. I've been around a long time, and these are some classic civs. Now, Persians were recently buffed, and we'll talk about that. But it takes me back a little bit. So we've got Persians in the north for Kingstone from Mexico, 2K4 right now. Best achievement was top 16, making it to a big LAN event in Germany. Those who watched the Red Bull events will remember him from one of them. A really good player. Apparently very busy with school and whatnot. I had a training session against Kingston's team for the recent 2v2 event, and Kingston was busy. He straight up forgot, and I was like, dude, no big deal. And he sent me this big paragraph about how bad he felt and how busy he is. He doesn't have a lot of time for Age, blah, 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 blah. He's busy with school. So he's doing all that, finding some time to play here. And he's playing as the Persians. Now, we've got Huns for Lucho. Lucho is 17 and from Argentina. I before this talked about how depressing it is, actually, that he's higher rated than me and is 13 years younger. So, you see this hill? I'm over it. I'm beyond it. I'm over it. My peak is beyond me, and I am here, and my knees hurt. So, should be fun, Persians versus the Huns. I think in our current meta, the Huns are going to struggle a little bit, but I really want Lucho to embrace the classic ways of the Huns and play open and aggressive, okay? So, there's a couple remixes made about my little rants about the Huns. So if you've heard those songs, you kind of know how I feel about it. But here's the deal, all right? Actually, hold on. Let's clarify ahead of time. I'm feeling a little tipsy right now, all right? So I preface my little rant about the Huns with that, okay? My next question to the people watching live, how long have you been watching my content? Just give me a period of time, maybe a month, maybe a year. Duck says too long. Well, then, Ducks, you understand. Someone said 2 weeks. Oh, boy, Clint, I'm about to just rock your world with some knowledge on the Huns. 2 years since 2018, 4 years, 3 years. Okay, we've got some people who've been around a long time. So here's the deal. Back in the day, all right, Arabia wasn't this flat, 4 wood lines, slowly wall up and have a good time nonsense. It was brutal. You had pawns in your wood lines, your sheep were far away at the start, there were hills everywhere, and people made army. They made lots of army. Today, people make army. Arabia is very hard. I'm not trying to take anything away from people, yes. But Lucho, he never played in those days. And in those days, all anyone ever played was the Huns because you were gonna get brutalized anyways. You were bound to lose 10 villagers in feudal age because the lag was 400. It was like 400 ping, right? Because the guy you're playing against still had a toaster and it was peer-to-peer connections. And you just had to make lots of army. So basically what I'm circling back to is back in the day, people made tons of army. They didn't wall, right? And the downside for Huns these days is they don't have houses, right? That's so stupid. That's a good bonus. But people house wall now. And people play defensive with their houses, which is supposed to give you population space for army. But no, it's just a defensive building now, right? So Huns, they need army. That's my message here. And I hope that Lucho makes a lot of army and doesn't try and play into the walls and whatnot. I already give up on it, though. He's going to wall. He's going to go stable. He's going to go palisade wall. He's going to go palisade wall. He's going to go palisade wall. That's all we're going to have. All right? But back in the day, Huns were something special. But, okay, before I ruin your dream about the Huns here, I will say one thing. I do still think people in our present day meta, they aren't committing to the Cav Archers enough. Hun Cav Archers are super cheap. Might seem insane, but with this map, it is still pretty open while it isn't hilly. Would love to see like 3 or 4 ranged Cav Archers at some point here in Castle Age. All right? So, did you guys enjoy that, or was that rant too much? It probably was too much, right? Gonna go back to my drink here. It was too much. Okay. All right. Good to know. So, stable opening from both. Really high-level stuff happened while I was ranting like an old man. Stable was scouted from Lucho. He confirmed his opponent has gone for this. Checked everything. Saw the double woodline opening as well. That's an important thing to pick up on. Kingston did a similar thing. Kingston spotted that stable. Doesn't see the woodlines, but will, of course, eventually move out there. What I didn't touch on, the TCs work a bit faster for Persians, so if things go smoothly for both and none of them take losses, then Persians are going to have a bit of an edge. And Kingston had pre-walled this, but Kingston deleted one of the walls at some point, and Lucho is in. And Kingston, oh man, he could actually trap this. No. Kingston's going to be down a villager there. Now that'll actually just even out the vill count because the Persian TCs work pretty quickly, but that's rough for Kingston. And I like this from Lucho. I thought we were going to see some full walls here. Little small walls here. So you could focus on army, focus on spending that wood on farms, and this is smooth. Really well played from Lucho. The scouts still move around, and Kingston playing sloppy here. Oh man, I would not. No, I just don't have the energy. No, dude. There's no way. Those scouts would have stayed on that villager, killed the villager, but I might have lost it a little bit. This kid, though... Oh! He only takes one hit, kills the second villager anyways. Very well played. Kingston is looking toothless right now. This is 3 scouts right here. Dang. Now, sometimes you'll see players force the issue. Oh, that's nice micro from Kingston. Yeah, they kind of force the issue after they lose 2 villagers like that. And so much for Toothless. Kingston gets the kill. Villagers headed to gold. This makes sense. Because we're seeing mainly just spears from Kingston. Both players stopped scouts. This is... Guys, this is what I mean. Now nobody makes army. Arabia's supposed to be the most aggressive map. Why are we saving for Castle Age? Where's the scouts? Where's the upgrades? What is this? All right. All right, here we go. Nice eco from Kingston. We see the range as well. Persians aren't necessarily known for their archers, but it does feel natural when everyone's just trying to save food for Castle Age. Really clean play from both of them. They're making it look very easy here. Top 50 players in the world on the ladder right now. Lucho was 2K5 last week. Nice micro from Kingston. Pulls the side. And honestly, Lucho is going to put a lot of the focus here. It's like, keep the opponent off of gold. You know, if you're Lucho, that you were on gold a little bit faster. Villager from Kingston, very weak. Very unsure about this job. She wishes she was a lumberjack or a farmer. Well, she doesn't have a choice. Really nice micro there from Lucho to be able to peel out there and still keep that scout alive. And now, guys, you know the army type of your opponent. You know they've added a range. So you have that knowledge. Age of Empires gods, please give us Cav Archers. Please give us Cav Archers. This would be such a good position for Cav Archers. I'm really impressed with Lucho. Again, like, you know, you're going to see the walling happen a little bit more with the Persians here. But, like, he's happy to play somewhat open here, which a lot of players just are not. And which is what, you know, kind of started me on my rant a little bit. Now, I think we do need to see some army production from Lucho because your opponent already has produced some archers and could move forward. And basically, you can keep your spears as a defensive tool for the scouts right now and bring your archers forward if you're Kingston. But, you know, you don't necessarily know what's happening at home. So I think, like, this is where, again, Cav Archers were actually a little bit cheaper for Huns back in the day. But still, they're dirt cheap. And the thing about Cav Archer as a unit, forget about Huns, forget about, like, the Civ in particular, but they dominate if you get the mass of them. That is the trickiest thing, though, is getting the mass of them, because you have to wait till Castle Age to produce them. So this 2 range nonsense is not going to help with that. And I'm really feeling the 3 range here at the very least. But I'm not in control, you know? I'm not in control. Archer gets picked off there, well played. But Archers and Spearmen are here. And now, this is why you almost need to have, like, a tower or some Archers or something. Because your Spear defense might not be enough if Kingston's Archers find the kills. Really high-level stuff here. Again, sorry, I don't normally, you know, drink and play Cast Age. But I hope the cast has been solid. And this is a good time. We're going to see another range for Kingston. So the new Persians, they actually have some fun bonuses with Cav Archers themselves. And villagers are going to be killed from Kingston. Kingston gets some revenge here. 3-3 Eco KD. And he's just going to Omega Boom it and not even make a Cav Archer, right? He's 17. He doesn't know. Oh, he's making Cav Archers. Let's go. Okay, I love this TC. Because it's the other side of the wood line. Little awkward for the golds. But I think we might even see... He's not going all in with Cav Archers. So we'll probably see a TC here. Best TC spot would be here, I think. Because, well... It's a bit tricky, but you need your gold fully protected more than anything. Kingston, though, is going to be walled. Persian TCs work super quickly. Walls are coming up from him. But Lucho's impressive, man. So, somebody said that Lucho started playing last year. I refuse to believe that. I would want another source, but I know that, like, Prisma, for example, is another 17-year-old Argentinian. Prisma's been playing for, like, 2.5 years. And Prisma went from, like, 1600 to 2K1 in a long time. In a short period of time. But like I said, like, Lucho right now is top 50 on ladder. I haven't really seen him play tourneys, though. I would say that, you know, tourneys is a whole different world. I hope he's signing up for them, though, and I hope that he's getting that experience. Because it'll take, honestly, a couple years. Like for Kingston, I mentioned that top 16 performance. Took him a couple years of signing up, learning lessons in tournaments, off of ladder. But still. A high-level performance here, right? This is incredible stuff. Crossbow from Kingston. Not exactly what you would want to be in right now. But we're not seeing a big mass of Cav Archers necessarily from Lucho. Lucho's opted for the economic approach. Look at all those golds in the back, too. You know, but here's the other thing. It's like, normally, when you're going Cav Archers, you're under pressure against, like, lots of knights or, like, early crossbow numbers. So, you know how I was screaming about how I wanted big commitment to Cav Archers? You don't really need it now. You can get away with this eco. How many palisade walls do we have here? 4. Oh, good God, I love you, Lucho. This is so good. Villager's going to get picked off there, making that villager number 4 for Lucho. Someone said, imagine if he played another RTS. Who said that? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do right now? Who said that? I missed it. Maybe. Oh, no, that's not what it said. I'm sorry. It was maybe he played another RTS. Okay, I thought you were trying to encourage him to leave. Whoa, random villager from Kingston. Sorry, my bad. Got a little defensive. Cav Archers have more HP. Bloodlines is in, so 70 HP. A crossbow's got half that. And then you've got the scouts in here as well, who also benefit from the bloodlines. It's basically a distraction, though. As were the spearmen, in all honesty. But the Cav Archers are going to jump on top of the crossbows. And, well, yeah, they're gonna take the fight. And they're going to win this fight eventually. Nice work from Kingston, though. Does get ballistics. I'm not sure ballistics will necessarily matter. Oh, that's actually really good value for Kingston. Crazy Gotti says Lucho started last year, but just this year he was in a clan. Okay. Honestly, if you're up against any other Cav Archer civilization, that's incredible value. But up against the Huns when their Cav Archers are so cheap, I would say that is still better for Lucho. High-level stuff from both. Second TC just now being added from Kingston. And, you know, Kingston was forced to drop a tower, which I showed but didn't discuss. That's a really big deal. And Kingston falling apart right now. And, you know, Persians, their work rate from their TCs was increased per age. They get, when they're any cavalry kills a villager, they get 5 golds. They've got Parthian tactics in Castle Age, though I don't think that's super relevant here. Lucho looking strong here, guys. We've got, you know, maybe I'll spend an evening just talking about some of those guys who, you know, around that top 50, top 100 who you don't know about. You know, who I'm running into all the time. And losing hope and dreams of being a good player. GG, Kingston wins. Huns win, baby. Huns win, just like we like to see. Very well played there from Lucho. Now, obviously, we didn't get to see the all-in approach in Feudal Age or anything, but in 2023, that truthfully doesn't really fit the meta. But seriously, look, like, didn't really play towards a lot of walls. Played against the meta of walls and houses and all that stuff. Played it very well. Had just enough army to defend at times. And it was like Castle Age, double range Cav Archer production all the time, and tons of eco. Saving so much wood. That was really clean. And like I said, I think like where the boom approach is punished a little bit more is maybe if Kingston has a slightly better time in the Feudal Age. But that was crisp as it gets. I still do wonder, and maybe I'll host a show match. I would like to see like Arabia of old once or twice. I know what would happen, right? If we brought back old Arabia with the massive hills and the awful maps and it being extremely awkward, everyone would lose their minds and complain like crazy because we've come too far. The map scripting is so fair now. But once in a while, I would like to see like the super omega crater crazy and just see how players today would deal with it. Would we see more Feudal Age army? What would happen? I don't know. I was just thinking about my rant, and you know, people on YouTube might not appreciate the rant, and if so, I apologize. But well played from Lucho. That was impressive, and you know, both players very speedy there. I want to talk about the key though. The key was actually the early scouts. It was a little sloppy from Kingston. There were 2 villager losses I think that could have been avoided. One on the berries, one on the wood line. And then what happened for Kingston was, let's just quickly go back. Okay, so obviously it was right before this. So actually, that point in time, Kingston is hitting Lucho at like 13 or 14 minutes. But there was a period where was a little bit delayed in what he wanted to do on the front and his focus on the front because Lucho was here so quickly. So it was just like really nice timings there. Yeah, we showed Res Collected. That's pretty much it. New Persians, really strong. Not strong enough to beat the Huns. Let's go. So guys, something cool I wanted to add on the end of this video is that I'd completely forgotten I played Lucho in a tournament a year and a half, 2 years ago. And at that point, he was around 16 or 1700. I put the message up on screen. Really, really motivating for me to hear these things, you know. Never gets old. To have any type of inspiration for him to play the game and get to where he is now, which is an insane level in the top 50 or top 60 in the ranks, means a lot. But, you know, he saw the cast, he enjoyed the cast, and he reached out. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought you guys, as the community, would maybe want to hear that. So I would love to be able to cast the first game that we played against each other. I lost every single one of my town centers at one point, and then had castles all over his base. It was crazy, but it was many, many patches ago, so it's unlikely I'll ever be able to bring that one back from the dead. Anyways, thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.